wrong with this plant here?
I don't know. Get Shane.
Get him in here. There's something pinking. That's a band called Picture Pulse. Sorry, no Picture Pulse. Excuse me, I'm multitasking. I'm doing two things at the one time because there's nobody here to work or do anything for me, and I'm here on my own. That's a song called Hollywood Ending. Hollywood Ending. That should be applied to Rory McIlroy.
You're the man's working on your noise. Shane,
Is he?
Yes, and I'm been instructed on Twitter.
Pardon?
I've joined your club.
I don't want you in it. Any club that has you in it.
I've got my own club now.
I have to say,
a man signed me up this morning.
Okay.
And I sent you. My first Twitter was sent to you. My first tweet was sent to you. My first tweet was sent to you.
Thank you.
You tweet.
I'll investigate it now in a moment.
Yeah, it's all right. I've got no followers.
Well, you're only on.
I know I'm only on. Sean Coyle at underscore. No, is that Sean Coyle? What's where do I live? What?
At Sean Coyle.
What is it again?
At Sean
underscore Sean Coyle. At underscore Sean Coyle.
At underscore Sean Coyle? What do you mean underscore Sean Coyle?
At underscore.
Okay, how are you spelling your name?
SEAN.
But that's not how you pronounce it.
COYLE.
That's not how you pronounce it.
Anyway, that's what I've
We've had that trouble before. It's Sean.
And I was told that you're telling porkies.
I'm not telling porcupines.
You are.
Porcupines meaning lies.
Yes.
What porkies am I telling?
Many people have you. I've none.
I've nearly 1,000, I think.
1,000? No,
yeah, 980 or something like that.
Yeah, but I made inquiries.
Uh-huh.
I had to attend a course.
Yes?
Right?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Philip had me in last night.
Oh, had he?
Yes.
Good for you.
Yes. And he told...
Look at you. Okay, go ahead.
He told me
yes,
that he worked with you before.
Did he?
Yes.
He's a liar.
He signed you up before, and you forgot your password.
That's lies.
And that's why your department closed down. Remember?
Those are lies, damned lies, and statistics.
And you're carrying over 400 and odd tweets from your past experience. You've added them onto this new account.
You mean followers?
Yeah.
Yes, I've admitted that.
You're saving them up.
No, but let me just explain what happened. Let me just explain for the benefit of the people who are listening, waiting for our radio program. This is something we have to get out of the way. I'm no longer a virgin. I'm now on Twitter.
Well, I still am.
I've followed for a long time. I'm still nominally on Facebook, but I don't take any part in it. But I sent my first tweet today. I feel as if the people should be involved and they should have an opportunity to have their say and they should have an opportunity to feel part of this program. Now, an imposter set up a Twitter page from an imposter, not me, set up a page a while ago and people joined. in the false knowledge that perhaps they were joining the thing that I was doing. I'm not saying that's a good thing or a bad thing. And a number of people signed on and became disillusioned when they realised that there was an imposter at work. I joined, and then these people naturally did not resign. So they've stayed here, and another 500-600 people have come on since yesterday. And I think, I think that's a good thing.
So what happens if I sit here looking at this screen?
No, what you must do, you must tweet. You've tweeted?
I tweeted you.
Have you? But you see, I won't answer.
Well, why didn't you be the first person to tweet me?
No, because I can't say what I want to say, because everybody else will see it.
Oh, is that right?
Yes, you see, you have to be very, very careful.
Oh, I better be very careful.
Very careful what you say.
Well, I just said hello to you.
Well, hello.
But,
hello to you. You could have done that without tweeting.
Why don't you welcome me to the tweet?
Because I don't want you there. I don't want you in cyberspace. I want you out of it. You're going to clutter it up. Listen, let me just welcome the people who listen to the program.
No followers.
Okay. The number to ring if you want to contact this program is... I can't even remember the number now. I've gone so far. Will you stop a minute? The number to ring if you want to contact this program is 08459 555 678. You may tweet me at Gerry Anderson.
Are you not underscored?
I'm not underscored, no. You see,
why not?
Because I'm a Catholic.
Well, why am I underscored?
Because you want to be a Protestant. That's why you're underscored. The email address is gerry.anderson@bbc.co.uk, and the text messaging service for those of you who are living back in those antediluvian days is 81771. The last word on the hoop and click. We have to go down this road again. The hoop and click, the click ours, was made from a coat hanger and fitted on the outside of the metal wheel rim to guide it.
What?
The click was made from a coke hanger. Freudian slip. The click was made from a coat hanger and fitted on the outside of the metal wheel rim to guide it.
Not at all.
In the absence of a metal wheel rim, and where a tyre was at hand, the latter was rolled and encouraged along with a stick, but not a click. You see, that's the mistake you make.
No.
The stick is not a click. A click is something different.
I said that to you.
I know, but I lied.
People in Belfast play a game with a click.
Yes.
It's some sort of the curb side game.
Well, people in Derry have always regarded people in Belfast as being members of a clique. They always say that. See them people up there, they're going to make, we get nothing down here. Let's see what they say about people in Derry. It's not true. The stuff you read in the paper. It's not true. We're beautiful.
I'm closing this account. I can't sit here all day long looking at this.
No, that's because you're staring down the abyss of your own unpopularity. I believe you're going out looking for some listeners today. I believe you've lost some.
Stop that.
You've lost some listeners to your programme. You're going to go down and try and... I think they're all in pubs.
Anyway,
listen. Let's not go down that hairy road. We've created a monster here. Do you remember we did teenage kicks in a number of ways yesterday? Well, I'm inundated with people wanting to hear this again. They want Roy Walker.
Roy Walker? Oh,
I don't have the music though. I'll get it during the news. Do you want to do that later after the news, maybe, perhaps? Do you?
I've left you.
Have you?
I've left the tweeting service.
Have you?
Yeah, I'm going.
Join me.
No, I'm going into the text messages.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm more at home in the text messages.
A man writes to me something which is well relevant. What did Sean Connery say about Rory McIlroy's decision whether to be British or Irish? What did he say?
What?
What did Sean Connery say about Rory McIlroy's...
Oh, I just heard it briefly yesterday at the start of the 5 o'clock programme.
He was actually saying about Andy Murray.
Andy Murray and Rory McIlroy are in the same boat because the people are driving them to try and decide what they are, Scottish or British or Irish or British or what. So what did a very old Sean Connery, I heard him, what did he say? Well, I don't know. I just heard at the start of the programme, I heard this old man saying,
It's Jimmy Stewart.
No, that's what it is.
He's turned into James Stewart.
It's the teeth, yeah. He's Scottish, not British.
That's a cross between Gregory Peck.
That's right.
James Stewart.
That's right. So it was.
And Sean Connery.
Sean Connery, yes. As an old man.
And there's a wee bit of...
yes.
What do you call the other fella, the black fella? Oh, that was in that film. What do you call him?
He's not British.
Morgan Freeman. A bit of Morgan Freeman. Yeah. There's a bit of I can hear a bit of Morgan Freeman.
I would like to hear that.
I hear Gregory Peck.
Yes, I heard Gregory Peck too as well.
And I hear Sean Connery.
Yeah.
And I also hear Jimmy Stewart.
Yeah, and Jimmy Stewart, they're all in there.
All in there.
All in the tooth.
Scottish. You know, sitting full or something. Like, I enjoy Sean Connery. Sean Connery saying, you know, he's not British, he's Scottish. This is the guy that begged for a knighthood. You know what I mean? I want to be sir.
What was his job before he became an actor? Bet you don't know.
Let me guess.
It's a great job.
He won a competition for bodybuilding.
Oh, that was his hobby. What was his job? His job, one of his...
Wait a minute now, I know this,
You'll
but
never guess.
I'm getting confused with Rod Stewart. Gravedigger?
Close. Rod Stewart was a gravedigger.
Rod Stewart was a gravedigger. Jimmy, I keep calling him Jimmy... What do you call
Sean
him?
Connery.
Sean Connery.
Was a coffin polisher.
Well, there you are.
As opposed to what he is now, which is a coffin dodger. A gentleman writes to me on a topic which I suppose is verboten, but we'll go ahead anyway. It's about Indians. This morning I wish to share with you a recent comical happening that was prompted to my memory by Sean's overuse of the word Indian, or should I say, his claim to be an Indian, which is spurious. Just to give you the background so you can understand the context of this scenario, I am from a humble country setting in West Tyrone, enjoyed both by Roman Catholic and Protestant inhabitants. In other words, what he's saying is, he's from a mixed area. It's funny how they say that here in Northern Ireland. Do you remember Trevor, what do you call Trevor, the news leader? Trevor thing.
Trevor Thompson.
Not Trevor Thompson. Trevor used to read the news. Trevor MacDonald. Why can't you remember these things, for God's sake? Trevor MacDonald was talking about when he came to Northern Ireland. He was here all during the Troubles, you know.
Was he?
He was, during the 60s, 70s. He was a reporter, obviously, before he read the news, before he discovered the auto coup. But he spent all his time in the Europa Hotel, dodging the bullets, dodging the bombs, knows a lot about Northern Ireland. And there was a programme on not so long ago, and he was talking about his time here. And he said the funniest thing ever happened to him was when he came back much later to do a kind of a documentary, about 10 years ago or something like that. Mm-hmm. And he was talking to this woman, and she was talking about that her son had married a Protestant. It was a Catholic family, and she was very concerned about about that kind of thing. And the woman said to him, "Do you understand what that kind of trouble that is?" And he said, "Well, as a matter of fact," he said, "I have a mixed marriage myself." And she said, "Did you marry a Catholic?" What he was saying is he had married a white person. Okay.
You've over 1,000 listeners.
I know, I told you that. In our locality here is a local football team which for the past 40 years was predominantly Protestant. Our neighbouring district has also enjoyed exercising this freedom of a loyalist team of diehards and still exercise such today. The football team from my locality has of late went down that David Ford mandate and became what you would call a more liberal view of faiths, which of course is what we all aim and aspire to. So here goes. Whilst spending a Saturday in the Big Smoke, that would be Belfast, on a photography course, we broke for lunch. And as I encroached onto the street, I met a said loyalist from said neighbouring district. He had stopped someone for directions, and they turned out to be Polish and couldn't understand his culture etiquette. So that was a laugh to start with. Anyway, on spotting myself, he lit on me like a viper going in to inject venom with the words, "I hear there are a pile of Indians in our part of the country now," referring, of course, to Roman Catholics. What could I do? Only erupt with laughter at his lack of tact and sensitivity. Once I had settled, I agreed and sympathised with the situation. Said, yes, Indians are moving in. A few weeks later, I was visiting a local draper's store in town I was visiting a local draper's store in town, which a teammate of said loyals is employed. Of course, I relayed the story with much laughter in between the sentences. What happened next truly amazed me. You couldn't write the script. Just when I said, "I hear there are a pile of Indians in your part of the country now," I heard the swish of a curtain in the fitting room from behind me, and as I casually glanced around, what emerged a sallow-skinned gentleman donning a turban, lamenting the fact that his jacket was a little bit too small. The employee cackled, laughed, and choked in the real Indian's face, much to his disgust. I then proceeded to inquire of his sporting abilities and would he be interested in signing up for the Alliance football team. He declined, saying, No, I'm much too busy. I'm an anaesthetist," which is nearly as good. Believe it or not, he still exchanged his convert rupee and the transaction was completed. Said loyalist has now been christened John Wayne. Have Sean worked that one out? You see, the stories we hear.
There's a wee call for you.
Yes, sir. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Gerry. Long time no hear.
I wonder who this is.
It's George.
George, I've talked to you many times before. How are you, George?
Sure, and we're down at the wee radio station as well, Gerry, as well. Don't forget that.
That's right. What's your radio station? Remind us again.
That was the Sela FM.
That's right. Are you still doing that?
No, sure, the closed is down.
A vote of confidence?
No, it wasn't anything to do with that. It was to do with money.
Finance, okay.
As you well know.
All right.
Yeah,
Well, do you miss that? It's a lot of people say... Do you know something? There are two types of broadcasters. And I always talk to people about this, and it's amazing how many people you meet that confirm what I feel. There are two types of people on the radio. There's people like me, who fell into it by accident. And there's the other type, you know, like Frank Mitchell, who, since they were 2, were in the toilet with a hairbrush pretending to be a microphone and building little radio stations out of cardboard, knowing that for the rest of their lives they will try and be a radio presenter or a TV presenter. Born to be it. Which one are you? One of the latter or the former?
I just want...
Look, he's pinking too.
What's that? Jerry got his photograph destroyed at the airport. Tell me more about that.
Sorry, are you still there, George?
Yes, I am indeed. It was one of those radios that was almost...
Sorry, George, you're breaking up there. You're breaking up, I'm afraid.
Can you hear me now?
That's better now, yeah.
It's these cheap Android mobile phones, you see.
Android?
Yeah.
All right, well, they're not cheap. But when they're better, they're the most popular phones in the whole world. Even more popular than an iPhone. And
no,
better.
it was just thrust upon me. Someone asked me to get down, and I said, why not? Sure, I've got Friday afternoons to spare.
That's the best way. That's the best way to be a broadcaster. Do not want to do it. It's like being a politician. I have always maintained that if a man decides to become a politician and decides to run for office, there should be a law debarring him because he wants to do it. No man should enter politics unless other people want him to, and he doesn't want to do it. See, that's
getting on to the subject.
Yes.
Of why we're speaking.
Yes.
You had a little terminological inexactitude earlier on.
In other words, a lie.
When you were speaking to Mr. Nolan, you suggested that you did not follow anyone on your new Twitter account.
I do not. That's true.
Indeed, sir, you do, because I looked immediately on my smartphone, which is Android, as said earlier on, and noticed that you follow 6 people.
I do not follow anybody. Well, I may have done it by accident.
Direct. You follow Nolan Direct, you follow the BBC Shop, you follow a couple of other, and 4 other individuals.
I'm doing it by accident. I must have did something wrong. I've never consciously followed anybody, except maybe perhaps I can think of one.
Well, subconsciously you can click onto mine and follow me before the flood of people come in for you then. How's that going?
All right, if I followed 6 people I don't want to follow, I may as well follow another person I don't want to follow, so I'll follow you. But nothing. That's not to say that I wouldn't follow you if I got a chance. Right, George, thank you for that. God bless you. Listen, you're breaking up a bit.
Look after yourself, my friend.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye. Going to play a song now. Willie Gregg is coming in today, and he's bringing in some children from Thailand who have been orphaned by the tsunami. And Willie, who does wonderful work, and I'm going to ask him about it. And he's always embarrassed when I ask him, and he's bringing them over for a holiday, and of course the rain is pouring on them. So they're going to come in today, and we'll have a little chat with them after the news. But this is a song from Coleraine band Extremists, which is special to them, and I'll ask Willie about this later. Isn't that a good record? That's the Extremists. Such a while back from northwest coast, northeast coast. I think they're from Coleraine, but I wouldn't be entirely sure. I think they were, weren't they? That's called "Stay the Way You Are," and that's of particular significance to Willie Gregg and the kids who are coming in after the news today, and we'll ask them about that. We're going to give away 2 tickets today.
You're not.
Yes, we are. We're going to give away 2 tickets. And will you listen to me? Let me tell the people what the tickets are. Do you know who's appearing in our city on Thursday the 11th of October?
Thursday the 11th of October.
Brendan Boyer. At the City Hotel, and they've given us 2 tickets, and these tickets are very, very. There's 2 tickets. They're worth £37.50 each, and include a 4-course meal. 2 people, admission to the concert, 4-course meal. Isn't that good? That's Brendan Boyer. What did he sing? Don't lose your hucklebuck shoes. Wonder can he still do that? No, sing without opening his mouth.
You interviewed him in Las Vegas.
I did indeed. I felt sorry for him. I did, because we went to Las Vegas one time doing this. You were there too, for God's sake.
I know.
And he was playing in Las Vegas, which is a big thing. You know, if you're in a band, we play in Las Vegas. And do you remember the place we went to and he was playing, and everybody was standing with their backs to him playing the slot machines. And he was just standing there singing, and we were the only people who was watching him. It was kind of sad that, and I said to myself, that's why I never went to Las Vegas. But he's gone from strength to strength, appearing in the City Hotel on Thursday, the 11th of October. And 2 tickets, we'll give 2 tickets away. And the first person to ring up and say, give me them tickets, can have it. 08459 555 678. Don't be so horrible. Give something away. Spread some cheer instead of.
You may have let us know. You may have told
the first
us.
2 people who ring, 08459 555 678. Everybody's got an equal chance. Thursday, October the 11th. First person. Let me know the name of the first person. Will you do that, please? Is that too much?
Here, hold on. Stay there. Are they away? Who? Thomas Bradley has got your tickets.
Where's he from?
I don't know where he's from. But,
okay, stop ringing now. It's too late.
what happened at the airport?
What do you mean, what happened at the airport?
What happened to you? There was an incident the man was phoning about.
An incident at the airport?
Yeah.
I don't remember any incident at the airport.
When you were going on holiday.
Yes. What?
Were you asked to...
Excuse me?
Were you asked for a photograph to a gentleman and his wife, and they asked for a photograph, and then they took the photograph, and security came along and took the photograph?
Oh, yes, that's right, yeah.
Oh, what's that story?
They're weird, aren't they?
I don't know. We don't know the story.
Yeah, I don't know the story either. It was just a nice man and a nice woman and her daughter, and they asked me to take a photograph. You know what the place where they... So they always stop me, you see.
Where are you?
I'm in Belfast International Airport.
But whereabouts in the airport?
The place where they stop you and search you.
Where?
Go through them. You don't know anything, do you? Departures. The security at departures.
The zigzag line.
They always take my bag off.
Where they took my aftershave.
They took your aftershave, yeah.
Yes, I know where you are now.
Well, I was there, you see, and they always take my bag off for some reason, because I usually bring a lot of electrical things with me, like Kindles and laptops and stuff, because I have to have my stuff around me. Mm-hmm. So it always shows up badly in the old scanner.
Uh-huh.
And so they always... They're very nice people, and they say, sorry about this, we have to do this, as a matter of fact. So then they go and they look everything, and they do everything. And whilst I was doing this, these people came over and asked me to take a photograph. So I took a photograph. So I don't know. So a guy came over and says, you can't do that kind of thing. I don't know whether it's because...
it was you?
Yeah, maybe. Maybe thought maybe somebody would do a big deal about me being suspected of terrorism or something, or else because they don't like people taking photographs.
Did they photograph you being searched?
No, but I was
what?
obviously standing there, in the act of being searched, basically.
And then they photographed you?
Well, yeah, shortly after. No, I can't understand why that would have been important. But it must be some kind of arcane, obscure airport rule. But I have to say.
So it wasn't a photograph of you with your arms round this couple?
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
what's that got to do?
I think it's where I was.
Oh, right.
Now, I have to say this now, the staff at the International Airport and Belfast City Airport are really, really good. Yeah. Not like the people in Stansted who are hateful people. The people in Belfast Airport are very good and they're very cheerful. I have no idea how that happened. What are you asking me stuff like that for?
People are ringing in, asking, they witnessed it.
What are you saying? Detective Inspector Coyle? What are you?
On 92 to 95 FM and 1341 medium wave. This is BBC Radio Ulster.
It's 11 o'clock, BBC News with Anne-Marie Foster. Unemployment here has increased, according to the latest figures just released. Here's our business correspondent, Kevin McGee.
The overall unemployment rate reached 8.2% for the quarter ending in July, which means the Northern Ireland jobless level has moved above the UK average. The number of people claiming unemployment-related benefits stood at 63,100 in August. That was an increase of 100 on the previous month. This latest monthly increase in Northern Ireland was in contrast to an overall decrease across the UK. The Northern Ireland rate of unemployment at 8.2% is lower than the European Union and the Republic of Ireland, where unemployment is running at almost 15%.
A 43-year-old man's been attacked in his Ballymoney home by a gang armed with hammers. 3 masked men forced their way into the house at Carnany Drive at 8:30 last night. The police say they're investigating a motive for the attack. The victim's being treated in hospital for injuries to his head and body. And a Chinese man's been injured in a racist attack in Coleraine. It happened last night on Long Commons in the town. The 44-year-old was beaten up by 4 men and a woman outside his home. He was punched and kicked and needed hospital treatment. Fire crews say at least 110 people have died in a fire at a clothing factory in Pakistan's largest city, Karachi. Officials said windows were blocked with metal grills and the building didn't have fire exits. Aleem Makbul reports from Islamabad.
Dozens of relatives have gathered outside the clothes factory in the west of Karachi, but for so many the news won't be good. Eyewitnesses have spoken of people hanging from windows of the upper floors of the building and jumping off its roof to try to escape the flames. The hospitals warned that the already shocking number of dead is likely to rise considerably. Early indications have suggested that heavy rains may have contributed to problems with the factory's electrics, which led to the fire.
Aleem Makbul. Sport now. Here's Padraig Coyle.
Thanks, Anne-Marie. Northern Ireland's 1-1 draw with Luxembourg in last night's World Cup qualifier leaves them on 1 point after 2 matches. Russia with 6 points, top Group F, on goal difference from Portugal. England needed a late penalty by Frank Lampard to share the points with Ukraine at Wembley. Manager Roy Hodgson is confident his team will qualify for the finals in Brazil in 2 years' time. Scotland drew at home to Macedonia. Wales lost 6-1 away to Serbia. And the England cricket selectors are to delay announcing the tour party for this winter's Test series in India. It's understood Kevin Peterson will be left out, but they want to see how some of the younger players perform in the forthcoming World 2020 series in Sri Lanka.
Now the weather forecast. Here's Angie Phillips.
The weather will improve as spells of rain across the south and east clear away and drier, brighter weather follows from the northwest. Still a few light showers at first, but even those will fade away to leave a dry afternoon and early evening with spells of sunshine, although it'll still feel a bit on the cool side in the light northwesterly breeze with highs between 14 and 16 Celsius.
BBC News.
BBC Radio Ulster. Travel News.
In Belfast, the Glenside Road is closed from the Upper Springfield Road to the Cullen Glen Road for waterworks. That's for the next few weeks. The Beaver Road is closed from the Saintfield Road to the Milltown Road until 3:30 this afternoon for grass cutting. That's both today and tomorrow. And 1 flight delay at the George Best Belfast City Airport. The 12:15 East Midlands flight is now due at 20:1. Kerry Martin reporting.
Travel News on BBC Radio Ulster.
On Talkback today with me, William Crawley, our top story, the outcome of the Hillsborough investigation. Will the Prime Minister apologise to the 96 families? Also, if you're opposed to gay marriage, does that make you a bigot? Nick Clegg is in full damage limitation mode today after that speech he didn't make. What would you say to him today? 08459 555 678 is our number. We'll also be talking to Gavin Esler, whose new book tries to explain why some politicians succeed while others fail. He'll be taking your calls. And BBC Sports Personality of the Year. Is there too much choice? We're here from 12. Let's get you talking.
What would I say to Nick Clegg? Don't make speeches that you don't make.
All you fellas, gather round me and let me give you some good advice. What I'm gonna ask you, you better think about it twice. While you're lying, cheating on your woman, there It's something that you never even thought of. Who's making love to your old lady while you was out making love? Who's making love to your old lady while you was out making love? I've seen so many fellas fall in the same old bag, thinking that a woman is made to be beat on and treated so bad. Oh, but fellas, now let me ask you something that you never even thought of. Making love to your old lady while you was out messing up here. Now, making love to your old lady while you was out making love. I know there's other women, here's the other excuse. Now, I'm not trying to run your life, all that's up to you. Oh, you. Oh, you. Why I asked this question used to be the same old way. When I decided to straighten up, but I found out that it was too late. Whoa, that's when it all happened. Something that I never even dreamed of. Somebody was loving my old lady while I was out making love. Somebody was loving my old lady while I was out messing up. Who's making love to your old lady while you were out making love? Who's making love to your old lady while you was out making love?
Have you seen Ireland? Everything's cold and green there except the whiskey, and it's warm and brown and fine.
Wet.
And the mist that rolls in off the Irish Sea at midnight. In an almost perfect moment, reasons for rhyme and conditions for love roll in with the mist off the Irish Sea. They had caught the early train in from Ballymena because the matchless wouldn't start. The stars in the sky, and the music in the air, everything they dreamed it would be. Thought we'd sit this first one out, but they started Rhythm of the Rain. George and Amanda fell in love that night when the show bands played Cold Rain. In the last days of glory for the legends of radio, county where the black barrels hold the Bushmills, Ireland never saw the likes of the king or the killer, but tonight Gerry and the Hurricanes are here from the Belfast and they top the bill. Amanda's got her hair up and her best Eartha Kitt look. She's okay till 2 a.m. George has got what's left of a paycheck in his billfold and a wink that says, I don't give a damn. Might as well stay for a few more songs. We already missed the half-past train. Amanda and George were dancing on clouds when the show bands played Cold Rain. strolled down to the beach at Castle Rock when the band took their halftime break. All the stars in the black iris sky that night did their best to mimic daybreak. George fumbled for the ring in his pocket and the words caught in his throat. And with teary eyes he pledged Mandy his love, a heartfelt poem that he wrote. We strolled back down to the dance hall, ignoring the chance of Sinn Féin. Man kissed his heart bye-bye when the show bands played Cold Rain. Might as well stay for a few more songs. They started Rhythm of the Rain. Yeah, George and Amanda fell in love that night when the show bands played Cold Rain.
Right, that's a song called When the Show Bands Played Cold Rain. That's by Ronnie Elliott. Now, that's a very special song, and the reason why I've played that really is because it's a reference to Cold Rain that actually gets me. Willie Gregg is here. Good morning, Willie.
Good morning, Gerry.
Is that the right microphone? Pull that microphone towards you, Willie, would you?
Indeed, I've got it closer now.
Okay. Now, you've got some friends with you. Tell me who you've got with you.
Well, what we have here, we have a selection of children from the orphanage.
Yeah.
In Thailand, the children that you have been helping support over the 7.5 years with me, bothering you every 2 or 3 months for fundraising and for functions. And we have the director of Regina here, who's the director of the orphanage. We have Alison, who is my English-speaking go-between lady, who these ladies, and we've got our teacher. Pray, where are we all?
Yes,
and
right.
Basically, these are angels without wings, Gerry. These 3 ladies have looked after literally hundreds of children over the past 7.5 years, and I mean hundreds. I don't mean a couple of dozen, hundreds, and they're special. And it's impossible to explain this without being emotional about it.
Yeah, okay.
So,
but look at these lovely children. Now, who have we got here? I know some of the children. I know none of them speak any kind of English, or maybe perhaps one of them might do that.
Yeah, they actually they can introduce themselves.
Could you just go a little bit closer to your microphone? Sorry, love. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's me.
We have Gop. She's the teacher, and สวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีค่ะ My name is Angana, nickname Kop. I am come from Ban Tan Nam Chai in Thailand. Nice to meet you.
Yes, thank you very much indeed. And who are the children? Would you tell me what their names are, or maybe perhaps they would like to tell me themselves? What's your name? Go ahead.
สวัสดีค่ะ My name is เด็กหญิงกรทองกุศลี Nickname I am 11 years old.
This is Om.
Okay, right.
สวัสดีค่ะ My name is จิตสุภาเชียเสน My nickname I am 13 years old. Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
สวัสดีค่ะ My name is พัชราพร Nickname แพร am how old ไม่ใช่อะไรนะไม่ได้ I am 13 year old ไม่ใช่ Nice to meet you.
Thank you indeed.
Thank you. You get in
And
there,
My nickname is Fapet. I am 13 years old. I come from Ban Tan Nam Chai Orphanage in Thailand. I'm very happy to be here.
Thank you very much indeed. And another
สวัสดี
gentleman.
ครับ My nickname is Q. I am 17 years old. I come from Ban Tan Nam Chai in Thailand. Nice to meet you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much indeed. And of course, this is the children's first visit, of course, to Ireland, isn't it? To Northern Ireland. The first time here.
First time abroad.
Yeah,
never
been anywhere at all.
Other country.
Well, one of the first things I have to say, Willie, look at how beautiful they are.
I told you they'd be so colourful. They're so healthy, they would embarrass us.
I know, you look at the state of us. Look, we're sitting here, we all look as if we're ill. And look at their complexions, and they're beautiful, and look at their lovely, everything about them is just beautiful. Just the sun's just shining out of them, isn't it? But, well, you're away from your microphone there, but there's so many of us here, it's difficult.
Yeah,
the sun is just shining out of them, isn't it?
Yes, indeed, Gerry. This time yesterday, they were nigh to Skye. And they came in from the Isle of Skye on the fast ferry, and they have had a great evening round the north coast, and they spent the morning in your neck of the woods. We saw most of it through the drizzle, but we're going to go back out and do the Peace Bridge, and we're going to do the walk round and make the best of it. Mother Nature's doing her usual bit of havoc, but
of course,
but I think it's going to brighten up in the evening, and I've got a dry weather and I've got a wet weather itinerary planned, and basically if there's anybody out there listening to us and wants to see the children or say hi, I can be contacted, and if my phone is down in reception there, but if you just phone at 07 980 004 964, that's my mobile, and it's seldom turned off, and between now and Saturday, if anybody wants to, they can give me a ring. Mind you, we're at Portrush Primary School tomorrow morning, and we're at Belfast Inst on Friday morning. And in between times, we're going to try to take the children to the zoo.
Yeah.
We're going to take them to Dunluce Castle.
Lovely.
We're going to take them out on what we call a rib, a fast speedboat from Portrush. A very good friend of mine, Crawford Rankin, is going to, weather permitting, take them out boating. We're going to try to land in the Skerry Islands.
You're going to try.
We're going to try. And we're going to.
It says words about our weather, doesn't it?
So you couldn't plan anything in this country. But we will not. I repeat, we will not let it get to us. The children have got loads of things to do. Most of the things are all natural and out in the air. I have the wet weather plan, which is, I hope we don't have to use, but we've had a string of people offering help. It's humbling, the amount of phone calls I've got in the past day. It's humbling.
Well, maybe I should. Can I ask you about the children? Obviously, they don't speak English, but can I ask you, are they all from different areas, or?
Mostly they are from that area, from the area that have tsunami. You know?
Which was exactly?
Yeah, in the south of Thailand, near Phuket.
Yeah.
Yeah, and all the children, they're from that area.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the first we start after tsunami for 2 weeks, and our organization, Patip, Dwang Patip Foundation, sent me down to help the kid, because in that time many orphans that have no one take care. And also we are starting the shelter. We make a tent, and we stay in the tent for 2 years.
Polytunnels, Gerry.
Yeah.
Basically polytunnels for 2 years.
And in the tent, we have to sleep and do like a living in there, but very difficult, because in the south of Thailand is so many rain. You know, rain. We have rain for X month, and all the time when raining, all the kids and teacher just sit down, and we cannot sleep because we all soaking wet. So we cannot stay.
So those kids have been through hell.
They've been through hell sideways, Gerry.
Now, where would these children be if it wasn't for Willie and the like of the people who help Willie? Where would they be now? What would they be doing?
Before they have so many places that they gone, and so, but our orphanage that every children they come in and they don't want to go out, because we take good care of them, we love them, and we teach them, you know, that if you become in our orphanage, that you have to think about your future. And you can ask all the children, they have their mind, they have thinking that what they want to be in the future.
Okay.
And the first thing that they should know, that you have to be give, because everyone they give to us, but we have to give back to the poorer. I always teach our children that every penny, everything that we got from donation, we have to think about the value, and we have to give back whenever possible.
Yes.
And our children now, we have a baby, not just only the orphan from the tsunami, but we have baby in Thailand and Phuket, so many, you know, bars, so many prostitution, so many children get killed. And so many children, they just throw away and don't care, you know.
Life is cheap.
Yeah. So I have to open our house for the baby also, and we have to take care of them. And before I came here for 2 weeks, we have another girl that she 11 months. Even we don't know where their mother name, father name, and see.
Don't know where they are.
Yeah, they have nothing. So when they become in our hand, we have to take good care of them.
Good.
Yeah. You know?
Well, this is obviously an ongoing thing. The tsunami
yes.
happened, and people, the news hounds have moved on to something else. But this is something that you have taken on. And how can people help you?
Well, we've got a website which is www.williesorphanfund.com, which has been revitalised in the past few weeks. And we've got Willie's Orphan Fund Facebook page. My email is williegreg@msn.com. And if anybody, our main backbone in the whole foundation would be the people that send me regular amounts of money every month that we can guarantee.
Well, if there's any way that people can help, they know how to do it.
They know how to do it. They can get in touch, and online on the website there's a button for it now. So.
And I hope Willie, there's going to be lots of photographs of these kids in the newspapers in the next couple of days.
Well, I hope so, and I've kept everything from the media as low profile as possible because of the weather. We've got Stephen Lockhart here who has kindly taken 2 days out of his holidays at work in Coleraine to follow us.
Yeah.
And then we're going to send the photographs on to the media. And we've got a big day coming up in Belfast, which we hope the media will be there too. But the main thing was to come to you and for Regina to tell you and the children to say thanks, because you have been a big part of.
Oh no, it's not me. It's the listeners. But yeah, what I'm saying is, all you have to do is look at these kids to realise the kind of job that's been done here.
Yeah, well, this man's for university. This is This is going to be our second child through university.
I'll teach you how to drink. And how to scrape the fungus off your bathroom wall, and how to get traffic signs in. You have to learn all these things and put Desiderata on the wall. Anyway, I played a song earlier on by the Extremists, of course, who were from Coleraine.
Coleraine, yes, indeed. Yule Walls wrote the song, and he gave us the song as for my anthem and for the children's mantra, and the children sing it at every opportunity, going to school, coming back from school. And when people visit, I'm very, very proud of this. Very proud.
Do you think maybe the kids would have a little crack at it now, do you think?
I think so.
Well, maybe if they could come in behind you so that you can pick up the microphone.
Well, listen, you don't want to hear me singing, that's
No, we don't
sure.
want that. No, we
don't
want that.
Okay?
We don't want that.
This microphone here, okay?
And the kids will be around this next couple of days.
They're going to be here, Gerry, until they're here until Saturday.
Yeah.
And then they go by Belfast, and they go Belfast to Liverpool. And then Liverpool, they're on to the airport, and they'll be back in Thailand on Monday.
Okay.
But they've had a fantastic time. And Regina and Alison, and on behalf of all the children, really, really, really like to thank your listeners for their support, and for you for putting up with me for 7.5 years, phoning you every now and again. But thanks, Gerry.
And I want people to keep their eye out in the newspapers just to have a look at these kids, so you get a picture of what we're talking about here. And I'd like to thank you all. Sorry, excuse me a second. There's a man annoying me. What? There's a man.
The Primrose Cafe in Carlisle Road here in Derry would like Willie and the kids to come up and get something to eat before they leave.
I don't know if you heard that, Willie. Did you hear that?
The Primrose Cafe, yes.
And where's that, Carlisle Road?
In Carlisle Road here in Derry, would like them to call up and get something to eat before they leave the town.
Have their lunch?
Yes.
There we go. What a great gesture.
What a lovely gesture. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Primrose Cafe. Those kids will be up in 10 minutes. So what are we going to sing here? We're going to sing "Stay As You Are."
Stay the way you are.
Listen, thank you very much indeed, Willie, and it's a pleasure meeting these kids. A pleasure. Okay.
And we hope you enjoy that little tipple you've got there.
Oh, indeed. Willie has passed me some whiskey, which I'm concealing from the rest. Go ahead. Yes? Go ahead.
1, 2, 3. Stay the way you are. Don't you ever change. How long it come too far. Stay the way you are. Don't keep me hanging on. Sing the obvious song. And I love you all along. Stay the way you are.
buy you a diamond ring, my friend, if it makes you feel alright. I get you anything, my friend, if it makes you feel alright. 'Cause I don't care too much for money, 'cause money can't buy me love. I give you all I got to give if you say you love me too. I may not have a lot to give, but what I got I'll give to you. 'Cause I don't care too much for money, 'cause money can't buy me love, can't buy me love. Everybody tells me so, can't buy me love. No, 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 no. Say you don't need no diamond ring and I'll be satisfied. Tell me that you want the kind of things that money just can't buy. 'Cause I don't care too much for money, 'cause money can't buy me love, can't buy me love. Everybody tells me so, can't buy me love. No, 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 no. Can't buy me love. Everybody tells me so. Can't buy me love. No, 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 no. Say you don't need no diamond ring and I'll be satisfied. Tell me that you want the kind of things that money just can't buy. 'Cause I don't care too much for money, 'cause money can't buy me love, can't buy me love. Everybody tells me so, can't buy me love. No, 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 can't buy me love. Everybody tells me so, can't buy me love. No, 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 no.
That's right.
Money can't buy me, money can't buy me, money can't buy me love.
Why
your-
are
that was
you
your
not
fault.
talking? How's it my fault?
Somebody's fiddling around with this stuff.
You're
here.
the only boy that's in there.
I know, but
How
that
can
doesn't
it-
mean that I know what I'm doing.
That's
Look
the
at
same
that there.
song.
Oh, for God's sake. Excuse me a second. What's going on here?
I don't know.
Right. Okay. Oh, listen to your call.
You hear that?
That's terrible. I would feel sorry for you if you were human.
That's not the same song.
It is the same song, isn't it? Can't have that. God love you.
Aye, so
But those kids beautiful.
beautiful. And so
Polite.
that's the word I was.
We're not used to children like
so
that.
well mannered.
We're used to a whole lot of hassle.
Lovely
I
children.
wake up in the morning with my head down in my eyes, and she say, and I stumble over to the breakfast table while the kids are going off to school. Goodbye. And she reaches out, takes my hand, squeezes it, and says, how you feel, huh? And I look across at smiling lips that warm my heart, and I see my morning sun. And if that's not loving me, then all I've got to say, oh, God didn't make little green apples, and it don't rain in Indianapolis in the summertime. There's no such thing as Dr. Seuss, Disneyland, and Mother Goose. There's no nursery rhyme. Oh, God didn't make little green apples, and it don't rain in Indianapolis in the summertime. And when myself is feeling low, I think about her face aglow, and it eases my mind. And sometimes I call her up at home, knowing all the time that she's busy. And I ask her if she could get away and maybe meet me somewhere, and we could get about to eat. You know, she always drops what she's doing and hurries down to meet me, and I'm always late. But she sits waiting patiently, and she smiles when she first sees me, 'cause she's made that way. And if that's not loving me, then all I got to say, oh, God didn't make little green apples, and it don't snow in Minneapolis when the winter comes. There's no such thing as make-believe, puppy dogs and autumn leaves, no BB guns. Oh, God didn't make little green apples.
That's Tony Joe White, of course. That's a couple of tracks I played today. Little Green Apples from an album, 3-CD album called the Tony Joe White Collection. And no home should be without that. What about those kids? You feel very emotional when you see them.
You do?
I did, you know.
I had to stop myself.
Me too. Because you look at them, you know, and if it wasn't for Willie, they'd be dead, probably. You know, think about it.
All
Such
orphans.
beautiful little kids.
Are they?
All orphans, yeah.
Orphans.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Parents perished during the tsunami, and they were left wandering the streets. And you heard the lady say, some of them just disappear, and you know, into child prostitution, all that kind of thing. You know, people see them, you know, and they just pick them up, you know, and God knows what they do with them. And they're lucky if they're picked up by Willie, I'll tell you. My God, you see how lovely they are. Man, they were like a ray of sunshine walking in, weren't they? And you look around the state of us, and grey-eyed faces on us, and you coughing like a kind of invalid. And then these beautiful,
lovely.
Yeah, coughing like an old invalid. Yeah, well, you were.
Lovely.
Anyway, Gerry, our Hoopen...
Serves you right.
Gerry, our Hoop and Click was called a scudger in Cookstown. Did you know this?
No.
A scudger. That's like a word. It's like your scutching word. A lot of those words are derived from...
Scutching?
Well...
What happened?
My chair collapsed.
That's what it did.
God. See, if my foot had been in there, I'd have broke it. Shane does that, you know. Ken sent him an email. Sabotage his chair. He loves it. Sean, you need to type your name into Discover, then check the tweets tab at the bottom.
I
heard an interview this morning.
Yes.
And it occurs to me that I am not au fait at all about what's going on. Barra Best was talking to a computer man from a crowd called Jampot, who are computer analysts and all that kind of thing. And Barra Best was talking to this guy, and I had no idea what they were talking about. It was on Good Morning Ulster this morning. I had no idea what they were talking about. They're talking about platforms and stuff, you know. Just goes to show you. Gerry has hit 1,000 followers. Coyle leaves, and it jumped back down to 999. Refresh your page, F5. You see all this stuff. We're getting into all this. Sean, you have 25 followers. You have 25 followers. You got that?
I have more than that.
25 it says here.
No,
Gerry, please play Cloud Busting for the wife. She and I are enjoying an all-inclusive holiday in Luxembourg. Yours sincerely, Jackie Fullerton. An oblique reference to Northern Ireland nil last night, who scored 1. According to Twitter, similar to Gerry Anderson are the following: Edmund Poots, God, Jim Allister, Jeffrey Donaldson, Margaret Ritchie, and the Northern Ireland Assembly. I think Gerry should know. Give me a shilling for the metre there. Stick me head in the oven. Could you please use your wealth of experience and provide us with an answer as to why Hugo always interrupts any song he plays and talks through the instrumental parts of songs? Well, it's because Hugo's of the firm belief, gleaned from a lifetime on the stage, that people are only concerned and only listen when a man sings. When a fellow plays the guitar, they're not interested. They go to the toilet. If you win tickets for the meal, do you have to go to the concert? What a cruel and unnecessary and hurtful thing to say. Yes, you have to go to the concert if you win the tickets for the meal. And you didn't win them anyway. Who won those tickets, by the way?
We told you.
I know, but I'm asking you again.
But I can't remember. It was George somebody, I think.
George somebody?
It was George Mullen. Well, who won the tickets? Thomas, you know? Well, we're going to find out now.
Thomas Bradley.
Thomas Bradley.
Where's he from? Is he from here?
Clare Hall.
Yes.
Well, you see, there was no particular advantage in case people are saying that. It was whoever was first on the phone, because that was not a local number, so everybody has to dial the same number. So there was no real advantage to being in this city. I would imagine he was just lucky. You know what I'm saying? If somebody had from Crossmaglen or God Newry or somewhere, it would take them as much time to dial that. Could have been. It just worked out that way. You know the way your competitions, all your friends win everything.
You're very hateful to me today, and I don't deserve it.
You don't deserve it, and you're sick and everything.
I was very good to you and very helpful to you this morning with the children. And
you were good.
Kind.
Sean Connery was also a milkman.
And the kids all left with a little goodie bag, by the way, from your stock.
Thank you. Jackie Fullerton said last night, "It's almost time for the half-time cup of tea." It is now. I can't see that as one being remembered, can you?
No. I don't think so.
You can see what he was at.
I watched the highlights last night.
I couldn't sit through it, no.
Oh, well, I didn't know the score, you see.
Oh, you didn't know the score? You didn't know you can't sit through it?
I didn't know the result. And I thought maybe Jackie would say something. But I think even Jackie was bored.
And that's saying something. Everything I own has been fired around the whole place. Listen, can I just ask you something? And I want you to answer me honestly. Do you have the words of Teenage Kicks?
I don't.
You see, you're a liar.
Who gave them to me?
I gave them to you
yesterday.
You throw them away?
I tore them up.
You tore... Did you hear that undertone? He tore up the lyrics of Teenage Kicks.
I tear up everything when this program's over. I do.
No respect. Who did the version of JoJo you played yesterday? JoJo? Oh, Get Back. That was Jim Jones Review. I think I mentioned that, the Jim Jones Review. And here's a critique on Radio Ulster. Doom and gloom between 9 and 10:30. Spirits uplifted between 10:30 and 12. Doom and gloom between 12 and 1:30. Lose the will to live between 1:30 and 3. Spirit again roused between 3 and 5. That's me and Alan. Ladyboy Gerry, see if you can get Tonto to join Twitter as well. There's our request. Here's all the requests. Teenage Kicks, Dan O'Donnell. We did that yesterday.
Yes.
We did. Who did we do? Did the footballer? What they really want is Roy Walker.
I can't remember.
And they want My Cousin Kevin by Eamon McCann. You did that, didn't you?
I did a wee bit, but couldn't.
I'll tell you what we do.
Can we do My Cousin Kevin tomorrow?
Yes.
And we'll get the words.
We'll do Eamon McCann doing My Cousin Kevin tomorrow.
Yes.
My Perfect Cousin. And we'll get Roy Walker doing Teenage Kicks.
Yes, that's
How's
perfect.
that?
Perfect.
Can't ask for more than that, for God's sake.
Yeah.
You love that because it means you don't have to do anything until tomorrow.
Yes.
Isn't that the way it works with you?
I like that.
You like postponing things in case you might not have to do them. Now, what have I been asked to play? I've been asked to play something particular.
You would need to settle down.
What do you mean?
You're very excited. You're on a high now since those kids came
No,
in.
I loved.
I know you did.
I loved them.
I'm not criticising you. I mean, you're on a high, so it's good. Isn't it nice to do something for them? But all the same, it's nice that they come in here and they could see. Did you get your photograph taken with them?
No.
You should have. What's that?
Steel drivers, listen to my song. If I could, I surely would stand on the rock where Moses stood. Oh boy, won't you line 'em? Oh boy, won't you line 'em? Oh boy, won't you line 'em? Yeah, we go line and try. Moses stood on the old seashore, smoking that water with a 4x4. Oh boy, won't you line 'em? Track-a-lack. Oh boy, won't you line 'em? Track-a-lack. Oh boy, won't you line 'em? Track-a-lack. Yeah, we go line and track. See that little gal lying in the shade, drinking all the money that I ain't made. Oh boy, won't you line 'em? Track-a-lack. Oh boy, won't you line 'em? Track-a-lack. Oh boy, won't you line 'em? Track-a-lack. Yeah, we go line and track. If I have possession over Judgment Day, if I have possession over Judgment Day, the woman I've been loving
Now, if I were to tell you who that was, I would be guessing, because I have no idea. I'll tell you what happens sometimes. Sometimes you have all these CDs, you see, and you've got a CD cover with a list of contents on it, and you say, oh, I think I'll play number 7, which is so-and-so, and then you put it on, and you realise it's a different CD that's in the cover, and then a different thing plays. I have no idea who that is.
That sounded like Sick Bag.
I don't think so.
Sick Bag
Willie?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean Seasick Willie?
Is it?
No, it's not him, no. Seasick Steve. I don't think it... Oh, it might be.
I think it is.
It might be. That's who
Sounded
that might
very
be.
much like him.
I'll investigate this later because there's no indication on the record as to who it might be. Listen, a bit of news. To add insult to injury, Northern Ireland, of course, failed to pick up more than 1 point in their two games against mighty opposition, namely Kazakhstan and Luxembourg. Guess who was the match announcer last night in Windsor Park? It was the fellow who balls at you, Frank Mitchell.
Never.
Yes, indeed. That's how low the team have sunk. It says here, who's this? Michael Walker says, I emailed a few times before. I just thought you'd be interested to hear about my disappointing night at Windsor Park. An awful result made worse by the fact that Frank Mitchell was doing announcer. With his wonderful music choices beforehand, you can just imagine that, can't you? And his uplifting after-match speech, which went something like this: come on, guys, it wasn't a great result, but get behind the team. Luckily, though, at half-time, he didn't tell us how to wrap a parcel. It's because he figures you already know. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Yes, good morning. Sorry for keeping you.
Gerry, it's all right. How are you?
I'm all right, thanks.
Do you not know who this is?
I don't.
No, if you are smaller, that's Spanky. This is John from Arizona.
Who's that, sorry?
John from Arizona.
John?
Yeah, we had a ride back on the bus from Dublin, and I talked with you.
Oh, yes, of course, John. Yeah, of course. I was coming back from America one time, and you were on the bus, and you live in, where is it?
Arizona, yeah.
Tucson?
And you were coming in from Canada.
That's right, yeah. And you were a
and
teacher.
Your daughter was with you.
You were a teacher. That's
yeah,
right.
I'm retired now, but I was sitting in a hotel in Belfast the other day. I'd been listening to your show. I always do. I enjoy it. It's uplifting.
Thank you.
And I was in the hotel ordering lunch or something, and I saw the Christmas menu.
Yes.
And I said, good Lord, it's Christmas already. So I decided to do this for you. I'm going to send you and Sean 2 small Indian paintings from the Herd Museum in Phoenix, Arizona.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, indeed. And I don't make a promise I don't fulfill.
Thank you very much indeed.
Yeah, now, what I'll need for you before we go, or maybe you can call me back, I'll need your address so I can send it to you in the radio show.
Oh, no, I'll tell you what the address is here. It's just Radio Foyle, Foyle. This is our 8 Northland Road. 8 Northland Road, Derry, Londonderry, BT, whatever it is, 487GH or something like that.
Would it go 8 Northland? What is it again?
8 Northland Road.
Road, okay.
ROAD, Derry, Londonderry. That'll get us. I never
Derry,
remember the postcode. I don't trust people who know their postcode. Do you know your postcode?
I don't know it.
Not a clue.
I know. I don't trust you either.
Indians don't know their postcode.
The Indians don't know their postcode.
Well, I'm gonna.
Do you know your national insurance number?
No, I don't.
No.
You see, Indians don't know that either.
I know they don't.
Everybody else knows.
I was John. Sorry
yes,
to
sir.
interrupt you, but
No, you're not interrupting.
I was renewing my car insurance a matter of months ago, and I had to go to this office, and it was one of those open plan offices where the gear. I was sitting maybe about 8 foot away from the gear, and she was shouting over to me.
What's your national insurance number?
She said to me, your date of birth first, you know what I mean? And you're looking all right.
Screaming that over to her, yeah.
And then she said to me, what's your postcode? And I says, I don't know. And she put the pen down, and she says, you don't know? I said, no, I haven't a clue. I said, I have no idea.
Well, you guys are making me feel better because the girl asked me this morning what my phone number was. I said, I don't know.
If you know your postcode, you're not an Indian.
So
she
said...
And bus drivers in Belfast will say to me when they get on the bus, where are you going? And a couple of times I've said, I don't know because I don't know the name of the street.
So the best thing ever happened to me was in a theatre. It's the Millennium Theatre here, the Millennium Forum here in Derry, Londonderry. Do you know, though I never go to the theatre or anything anything like that. But somebody was doing something, and they said, "Would you like to go to that? I'll leave you a couple of tickets." I said, "Okay, I think I might like to go to that." No, I don't normally. I wouldn't go anyway. You see, because I don't like going to the theatre. And anyway, I went there and up at the box office, and everybody was all milling about. And I said to the girl, I said, "Is there a ticket there for Anderson?" She said, "Are they the free ones?" I said, "Yes."
Well, listen, I got to tell you this, though. I promise you, I'm going to send you Mother Earth and the Ghost Dancer off the Navajo tribe.
Oh.
And they're not very big, but they're legitimate and they're signed. And I'm going to do that for you because you guys are always talking about Indians. So I thought of a story sitting in that hotel. I said, I'm going to call Anderson and Sean. And tell
Thank
them
you very
story.
much indeed, because you're talking.
No, I hope I don't get in trouble with the BBC on this one, because this is a thumb rule for Indians.
You're talking to a man. You're talking to a man who's got a dream catcher above his bed.
All right,
John. I want to ask you this.
Yeah.
Does an Indian moisturize?
No, sir.
Thank you. That's what Mr. Anderson moisturizes every day, and I maintain he's not an Indian.
They moisturize with buffalo fat.
He's an Indian, all right. But there's two kinds of Indians. I was at a faculty meeting in the mid-'80s, and there was a guy in there, Gerry Doherty. He was a Seminole, and he was the basketball coach. And he said something to me, because I was a tin horn in those days. I was over there 13, 14 years. And we're sitting in this meeting. And I knew he was Indian. I just didn't know what tribe he was.
Yeah.
And he said to me, "I'm a Seminole." I said, "Really? From Florida State? Florida State Seminoles and then the Florida Gators." So I said to him, "Really?" He said, "Yeah, and there are two kinds of Indians." He said, "There's Seminoles, and they're real Indians, and then there's Seminoles."
Yeah.
And I said, "What?" He said, "Seminoles, they're half-ass Indians." So there's your rule of thumb: a Seminole and a Semihole, and that comes from a Seminole Indian, Gerry.
I'll explain that later.
I had to call you on that one, Gerry. I had to call you and give you that.
Listen, thank you very much. We look forward to giving.
Well, listen, both of you guys are Seminoles.
Thank you.
All right, and I promise I'll send that to you. I'm heading out to Phoenix to see my daughter at the end of the month and my granddaughter, and I'll pop down to the Herd Museum, and those things will be on the way, Gerry, and that's a promise.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much indeed.
God bless both of you, okay?
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye. Is Seamus Heaney an Indian?
I think so. I would think so.
I'm sitting alone on my ivory throne, presented to me, may I say, by the Sultan of Brunei, to express his thanks for all I done. He shot an elephant with a gun. As if an elephant had to die, no better recipient, I would say, than I. He said to me in funny speak, "This is for poems so oblique. They may well have been written in Arabic." I grasped the Sultan by the hand, a bearded, white-robed, olive-skinned man. "Your sultanship," I replied in Derry lingo, "an ivory throne for me, by jingo. Every time my derriere sits upon this ivory chair, I'll think of you out in the sand. Come here, old chum, offer me your hand." When I became more intelligent than my teachers, men who were trained as preachers, I said to a brother, "You can do no more." I threw my school bag on the floor. I knew that I'd reached a peak. I'd cracked the code of being oblique. Dear Christian brothers, no others had lit my fuse wearing brown brogue shoes. I shot off towards the stars. But let me say, in a humble way, all glory to the Holy See by the man who made me what I am, and that, dear friends, was none other but me. A dining-room table, surrounded by the good and the able, I begin a fable of derring do in the year 952. Once in a land so far away, a baby lay behind a tree, which was planted in the year 803. That boy grew up to be a man, sword in hand, he built an empire, and not once, my friends, did he perspire. He loved a maid who bathed in a glade. He was quite fond of splashing. The maid and her slaves would sometimes indulge in girlish fun and hashing. The man, by the way, was called Mahogany, a proud old Norwegian name. Through the ferns he'd peep, just to get a gleek, and in truth felt little shame. In order to approach the maid, some disguise must be make. So Mahogany, dressed in feathers blue, to imitate the cockatoo. But what Mahogany never heard, the maid detested the bright blue bird. Mahogany approached the maiden all alone, and she smashed in his head with a great big stone, but did atone when later she heard someone say that the cockatoo was Mahogany. Great applause round the dining table. The night I told that fable, some did laugh and some did weep. 20 or more were sound asleep. Well, there you are. I translated that story from The Cure of Troy. For money and glory, just time to say, keep your eyes on the road and your feet on the pedals. Aye, the pedals, and keep her lit until we all get out. There are waves up in the diamond sky, stronger than you and I. I'm a wave. I break through the barrier reef, cut through the carbon sea, approaching the shore. Look at the sky, look at the trees, man, it's all the same to me. Look at the cars, look at the birds, and all of these invented words. One body's dying breath is another's birth. What are you running from? What are you running from? Sister jury, brother judge, and you are recognized this grudge. Buried deep beneath the sands of these ridiculous demands. No time for innocence or sitting on the fence. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna when the waves cover the coastal plain, the tents and the cars and the trains, and the trains of honeybee cemeteries, of well-insulated dignitaries, all screaming of the memory of a human love for anything or anyone. Look at the birds, look at the bees, madame, it's all the same to me. Look at the girls, look at the gold, gathered, beaten, bought and sold. One man's innocence is another's chance. What were you thinking of? What were you thinking of? Now please let me boil it down to this, my son. This party's getting wet, but it ain't over yet. So what is it gonna be? What is it gonna be? What is it gonna be? Just like the waves cover the coastal plain. Somebody turned that off. Somebody in Belfast.
Here's dip.
And the serious dip of honeybee jealousy, of well-insulated bigotry. And if you don't agree, you better get back inside your cave, 'cause we're all dancing with the waves up in the diamond sky, stronger than you and I. I'm a wave, break through the What a great record. That's the Villagers. I hadn't heard that before. I heard it earlier on this morning, but that's the first time I actually heard it being played in the wireless. The Villagers, that's from a band, that's a song called The Waves, and that's a song called The Villagers. I'd like to thank Willie Gregg for bringing those beautiful children in today. It was such a great experience. We'll be back tomorrow at the same time. Goodbye.